Hello and welcome to The Blobber Explains, a series of suggestions and changes to EU4 version 1.19.2. This next suggestion has to do with the new technology system, specifically institutions. So at the moment I'm the Mamelukes and I'm slowly gaining embracedness of the Renaissance in my provinces. But I have no idea how much it's going to cost to embrace until I'm actually able to click the button. This makes planning how much money to save a little bit of a pain. And why show the total amount only when you could click the button? Why not show it to us all the time so that we can use it to plan our economy? This next suggestion has to do with estates. It would be terribly convenient if, when you're looking at all the estate modifiers in here, if they were sorted by date that they will end. So at the moment you can see granted monopolies, recruited minister, and granted admiralship end in 79, 89, and then 69. Like, if you've got only one or two, this is relatively easy to keep track of in your head. But if you've had 3 different kinds of events, and you've had 3 or 4 different kinds of interactions with them, trying to work out the order that these are going to burn off in can be a bit of a mental handful, and it would just be so much easier if these were sorted top to bottom, either by earliest to finish or last to finish, in some sort of consistent manner so that it's easy to understand and interact with. This next change has to do with pop-up settings. So you can go into the game settings and change all your message settings to however you want them. I personally like a lot of message settings because I like understanding what's going on in the world. But there are certainly times in certain playthroughs, whether you're playing a colonial game and you're just waiting for some colonies to finish, or less so now these days, but if you get a nasty Regency Council where all you want to do is speed 5 through things, and it would be really, really helpful if you could pre-save, like you could save a scheme here. Maybe have a preset, have 1 or 2 or 3 different saved profiles for message settings. So you can have one that's like, I want all the information. You can have one that's, speed 5 please, I'm in a Regency and just want to get on with this shit. I can't imagine it would be very hard, and it would be a very useful thing to do. This suggestion is more of a bug fix, really. We are a Potawatomi, and we're going to go into Shawnee, and we're going to migrate. Well, actually first let's tag back to Potawatomi to show that it isn't tag switching that does it. See, that's all good and fine. Now we'll tag back into Shawnee and we'll migrate to Chatteris. Then we'll go back to migrate Chatteris. Thank you. Tag back into Potawatomi. And you can see that the flag has stuffed up on the spy action, which is really not at all nice. It's this silly default rebel-y one. And it ticks down each month, even though you are still fabricating. So spy actions on nations that migrate are basically high risk, and they stop working every time they migrate. Please fix Paradox. This next suggestion is to do with spy actions again. When you reach 100 spy network power with someone, unlike when you do so on diplomatic relation, there's no pop-up telling you, yo, you've reached the maximum, maybe you want to do something with it. Now, maybe I've just changed my message settings and I'm a big idiot. If so, certainly let me know. But if not, then I sincerely believe that it would be a useful and meaningful change to have the exact same thing happen to maxing out your spy network as when you max out your diplomatic relation, your improved relation with someone, where it brings up a pop-up saying, do you want to stop this because it's maxed, or do you want to keep doing it? I think that would be genuinely helpful. Hello, this suggestion is to do with Great Power Actions, specifically Break Alliance. Here we see a Bosnia that is allied with Albania and guaranteeing both Albania and Wallachia. If we ask him to break his alliance, so let's get up to the 4th of March. With Albania, he agrees to do so because we are pants-shittingly terrifying to him. This causes him to break both his alliance and his guarantee with Albania. However, we'll have noticed that there was no option for him to us to ask him to break his guarantee with Wallachia, because they didn't have an alliance, and this is specifically called break alliance. Now, if they're going to have the interaction break alliances and guarantees, they should be consistent with allowing you to break guarantees. And also, more generally, if they'd be willing to break an alliance if it existed, so let's like tag over into Wallachia, or actually let's show you more directly, so let's go back to that save. Let's force them to be allied. Oop. Show you that he would have broken that alliance as well. See, he would have broken this alliance too, but if there's no alliance, so let's go get them to break that alliance. Tag Boz. Break. Tag Turk. See that that option is gone. No more option. So I sincerely believe that the great power ability should be basically break relationship. Should break alliances and guarantees. Because if they'd be willing to break an alliance, why wouldn't they be willing to break a guarantee? This next change is to do with vassals. You might think that, having France as a vassal, it's understandable that they want their freedom. Yep, Liberty Desire 100%. Because of relative strength. But you know what? This is a France that's gone bankrupt. So if they tried to fight for their freedom, they would have all the strength of a baby kitten. And if I was to free them, by going and clicking the... Oh, that's a cool event. By going and clicking the Break Vassalization button, then everyone else around them will absolutely steamroll them until the bankruptcy ends. For this reason, I think that a vassal that has gone bankrupt should have a penalty here towards Liberty Desire, because they're not actually... they don't really want to be free. If they were free, they would just get eaten. They genuinely need your overlordship.